Do you have to sacrifice your passion or sacrifice your soul? That's a question I want to talk to you about today and essentially answer and have a bit of a conversation about my own personal experiences and maybe hear about your experiences where you may have been stuck in a position where you felt like you had to sacrifice your passion for let's say a corporate job, or for the bills, or for the mortgage, or you've had to give up your passion for any particular reason. Maybe you've had kids and there's not enough time to chase your passion, and that's understandable as well. I did write a bit of a list, or a bit for some notes about what I want to talk to you about today, and trying to make slight improvements from my last video. I felt like it was a little unstructured, so I want to structure it a little bit more today. And like I said, the question I want to answer is, do you sacrifice your passion or do you sacrifice your soul? And that's something I feel like I've personally gone through as well, and maybe you have. Now, I did write some notes. My handwriting is absolutely horrible, so I wish I printed these off. But the first note I want to talk about is life sometimes forces you to sacrifice one or the other. For me, life sometimes, I wouldn't say makes you or forces you, but for argument's sake, forces you to sacrifice your passion for the chase of, in my personal experience, the chase of buying a house. And these aren't bad things. The chase of mortgage, the chase of financial freedom, the chase of a stable-ish job, the chase, what else is there? The chase of a relationship, it could be. And some of these factors are great things, and honestly, most of them are. But at the same time, you do sacrifice your passion, and that's what I did. I sacrificed a bit of my passion, which you might be thinking, what is my passion? And it's an interesting question, because when I think about it myself, it can be a bit hard to answer. You know, I have hobbies, I have things I enjoy, but what am I passionate about? And if I break it down, and maybe this is an exercise we can do together, is that when I break it down, I don't think of passions as a particular item. For example, I love collecting, I love playing card games, I love Formula One, I love playing games, video games, I enjoy sports, I love the NBA, I've played basketball before. And ultimately, these are passionate things I do. But if I try to take it deeper level, or another level, as to how can I be passionate and what is my passion, and what do all these activities or hobbies or extracurricular activities I do that make me passionate about them. And off the top of my head, a few things come to mind where I enjoy, I'm a bit of OCD, so I enjoy collecting, so I enjoy the pursuit of something. So I think that's important, the pursuit of something. I enjoy growing something. I enjoy the challenge of something. Sometimes I hate the challenge, I'll be honest, I don't want to face the challenge all the time. But if I think about these three things, the pursuit of something, the growth of something, and the challenge, you could say challenge or purpose of something, I break those three things down, and I think that's what I am passionate about. I'll move on to the second point, and I'll try to tie all these things together, is sacrifice. Oh, my handwriting is terrible. So, passion versus stability. So I've talked about what I'm passionate about, and ultimately, how do you choose between each? And if we think the extremes of, let's say, a pure artist from New York or something, where I'm stereotyping a lot. and then a pure businessman or businesswoman in like finance, in stocks, shares. Those are probably two extreme contrasts. And in each individual areas, you could probably have a mixture of both. For example, the finance person is probably passionate about finance. That's okay. They make their money, no worries, then it's a perfect situation. But I'm more talking to what I would consider the average person walking around every day, where life challenges gets in the way, or unfortunately puts you in a direction where you do have to make some sacrifices. And ultimately, the older you get, I think you do have to make sacrifices. But if I put this in the context of an average day person, let's say you're 30, you're probably kids on the way, and you think to yourself, your life's going to get pretty bloody busy pretty quickly. And you're probably thinking, oh, what if you play sports after work, on the weekend? What if you like to paint, or you have all these hobbies you want to do? Inherently, they will need to be sacrificed to look after your partner on either side, or to look after your kid. And that's a beautiful thing. And I think that's an acceptable and okay situation to do that. Another note I put down was, it's okay to give up your passion for a season. And I like that, because the line is what was it? Keep the passion alive, but don't bury it. So it's okay to pause it for a season and continue it later on. And I'll give you an example of my personal life, is that I've worked in tech and business since I was probably 20, and I've done that for 10 years. And I've actually loved it because I've enjoyed tech, but I've found my passion within work. When I reflect back, I didn't pursue as much as I wanted to outside of work passions. Okay, apologies for that. I think my iPhone storage was full, so I'm praying I can get the end of this video out in this one take. I did kind of lose my train of thought, but I think I was on the lines of talking about the example of my life where I've found a bit of balance. And if I cut to what my opinion is, and I hope you get a bit of value out of this from my experiences, is that I think you can live in a world where you don't have to be so extreme and sacrifice both, right? And traditionally, sometimes I feel like I have to choose between work and then passion, and you have to, in quotes, sacrifice your soul. I don't think I've done that, and I don't believe that, because I've enjoyed work, I've enjoyed the people there, but enjoyed the challenge of it. But I think in a world, in an average day person, I think you can have both, but you need to pursue it yourself, and it's going to take a lot of effort, and you've got to be kind to yourself. You can't expect every single day for you to go to work 9 to 5 and then 5 to 9 at night to chase your passion. You're going to burn out. But I truly believe you can find a lot of happiness not asking yourself, do you have to choose between both? But I think you can find a lot of happiness in finding a good middle ground, in where if you do have to work 9 to 5 for whatever reason, you find a good balance in that work and how you can find your passions at work. But you owe it to yourself to chase the outside of work passion, whether it's drawing, painting, it could be dancing, it could be sports, it could be any sort of activity and any sort of passion. And no matter how tiny it is, don't let it die.